Throughout this short vinyasa-inspired class, we'll be reflecting on the teaching of honesty. Hello, all my relatives, and welcome to Seven Teachings Yoga. This is a space to practice yoga from an Indigenous worldview, inspired by the Anishinaabe Seven Sacred Grandfather Teachings. Let's practice together. Now, the being that reminds us to live in an honest way is the Sabe, and the elders say that when we are living in an honest way, that our spirit is as big as the Sabe. We feel good about ourselves. Our spirit is big, it's growing. Now, to live an honest life means to be honest with ourselves, but to also be honest with those around us. Being honest means living true to your word and living aligned authentically to your values. As we practice together, reflect on where honesty lives in your life. Come to find a seated position, Sukhasana or easy pose. Perhaps closing down the eyes or gently half lidding them if that feels all right. Inhale in through the nose, expanding the belly. Exhale, release audible sigh out the mouth. In through the nose, expanding belly, ribs, chest. As we exhale, release from the chest, ribs, belly. 3-part breath. Inhale into the belly, ribs expand, chest lifts. As we exhale, release from the chest, ribs, belly goes hard. One more time on your own. Inhale into the belly. As you exhale, release from the chest first. Lastly, the belly. Let your breath return to a natural rhythm, eyes still shut or gently half-lidded. Practicing Svadhyaya or self-reflection, a yogic tool that we can practice throughout our lives. Thinking about the medicine wheel, a sacred symbol and tool for learning, a tool to teach holistic wellness and aspects of self, our physical, intellectual, spiritual, and emotional aspects. As we reflect on our own individual medicine wheels, being honest with ourselves. Perhaps there's an area that we haven't spent too much time and energy on lately. And that's okay. It's upon this self-reflection that we can then take this information and make better or make more informed choices about our health and wellness. Finding an energy of self-compassion for where we're at in our journeys, knowing that this medicine wheel check-in is always available to us as a tool for Svadhyaya or self-reflection. One more breath in through the nose, belly expands. Exhale together, gently blink open the eyes. Great job. Just a couple of neck circles here. Head rolls in front of the body. Option to do full circles or just keep the head in front of the body. If you're going in one direction, I suggest switching directions now. Now, as we come into this yoga practice, you might want to practice pratyahara or controlling the senses. I like to practice with my eyes closed to help me feel all the sensations and the information my body is giving me. Let's move into some shoulder rolls. Nice big shoulder circles, first in one direction. Gentle movements here to wake up the body. Opposite direction. Rolling forward onto hands and knees, knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders, taking some cat-cows here. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up. Exhale, round the spine, gaze towards your belly button, push into the mat. Inhale to find your cow, and exhale to find your cat. Moving with your own breath, in your own time. Great job, neutral spine, finding some side bends. Gaze over to the right, come back through center. Gaze over to the left, and come back through center. Now, as we shift side to side, the hips might get involved. Looking for a side stretch along the hip, the side body. One more time. Plant the hands under. Tuck the toes, send the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Let the head hang nice and heavy as we push our hands into the mat. Great job, great adjustments. With the hands pushing into the mat, we might feel our shoulders elevate. Over time, straightening out our legs, reaching the heels towards the mat. Again, let that head hang nice and heavy, maybe shaking or nodding. On your next inhale, step, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Staying here in this forward fold, option to widen your stance. Grab for opposite elbows, gently sway side to side, or keep the hands on the mat. On your next inhale, circle sweep, hands above, coming to stand. Exhale, hands down through heart center, finding our mountain pose or our Tadasana. Briefly in this mountain pose, drawing down the eyes or gently half lidding. Moment of gratitude for ourselves for showing up on our mat today. And bringing to mind one more thing you're grateful for. Let's move. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, slide the hands up the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Healthy bend in the knees. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. Exhale, hands down through heart center. One more just like that. Inhale, hands above head. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Deepest fold yet. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. Come to stand. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, hands reach up. Sit to the hips back, chair pose. Couple of options here. We might reach for the opposite elbows, might have a wider stance or a closer stance in that chair. Weight in the balls of the feet and the heels. Let's lift up those toes, gently place them back down. We're going to add a twist here in this chair. Option to find prayer arms. Left elbow towards right knee. We might stay here. We might reach that left hand to the ground, right hand to the sky. We might find some blocks or some books near us to find a twist in this chair. Try to align those knees, align those hips. Twist through the back, not the hips. Exhale, forward fold over the body. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above sky, hands above head. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Inhale, chair. Lifting up those toes, gently placing them down. One inhale together. Exhale, let's twist in the opposite direction. Prayer hands, right elbow towards that left knee, or finding a twist variation, yogi's choice. Again, when we twist, we might have those knees and hips shift a bit. Line up the knees and line up the hips. Twist through the back. Exhale, forward fold over those legs. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head. Great job, my friends. I can feel the heat that we're building. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, moment in Tadasana. Exhale together. Ground down through left foot. Inhale, right to the sky. Exhale, step that right foot back 3 to 4 feet. High lunge warrior. Hips are facing forward, back heel lifted in this high lunge warrior variation. Let's find cactus arms opening up the chest. Great job. Option to sink a little bit deeper into that left knee. Building heat here in this high lunge warrior. Inhale together. Exhale together. Inhale, hands come above head, lengthen through the left leg. Exhale, open up, warrior two. In our warrior two, back heel is parallel to the short edge of the mat. Shoulders stacked over hips. That leading left knee might cave in. Let's open it up. Resist against that. Gazing over that left hand or neutral gaze. Yogi's choice. As we build heat here, that inner discipline, that tapas, we can reflect on our honest efforts with ourselves. I invite you to break through one wall. One wall might be, I want to get out of this asana, this shape right now. That's one wall. Break through for one more breath, and then let's move it. Okay, I just reached the first wall. Let's break through that. Inhale, flip that left palm, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands down, frame the left foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Couple breaths here in our down dog. Inhale, lift right foot to the sky. Exhale, step that right foot in between the hands. Inhale, come to stand, high lunge warrior, opposite side. Again, in this high lunge warrior, back heel is lifted, hips are square, both pointing forward like two headlights. Finding cactus arms, opening up that chest, drawing elbows back together. Beautiful adjustments. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Coming back to the breath when the shapes get challenging. Using that as our anchor. Inhale, reach hands above head, straighten right knee. Exhale, warrior two, back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. We're bending that front right knee. Opening right knee up, right hip also opens up. Hands outstretched. Bending a little bit deeper into that right knee. Finding your challenge here. The place where we step a little bit outside of our comfort zone, increase that window of tolerance, but do so in a safe way. Every time we step out of that comfort zone, we increase that window of tolerance just a bit so that we can do more things, we can have more confidence in ourselves. Whew. in future challenging opportunities. Inhale, flip that right palm, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill those hands back down. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, as slow as we can, chaturanga. Great job, my friends. We're building up that heat. How slow can we go? Before finally making our way onto the mat. Great job, cobra pose. Inhale, lengthen through the crown, lift the chest up. We can keep our hands on the mat. Feet zip together. Exhale, lower down. Right cheek meets the mat. One more back bend variation. Same one, cobra if you choose, or finding locust, lifting the chest and the feet off the mat. Option to reach hands back towards the feet or clasp the hands behind the back. In this one, I invite you to break through one wall again, building that mental grit and that resilience, while also listening to our body, of course. I love yoga for so many reasons, but mostly because it's a holistic practice in that we're working the physical, intellectual, spiritual, and emotional, both on and off the mat, with the many practices we can find in yoga. All right, one more inhale together. Exhale, lower down, opposite cheek meets the mat. Let the body rest. Toes touching or close, heels splaying outward. Shoulders round forward, finding a moment of pause. Neutral spine, neutral neck. We're going to get into the shoulders. Take your right hand, extend it to the side. Now I like to take my hand so that it's in line with the crown. From here, we're just going to roll over that right arm. You might have one knee that comes up and bends. You might roll over so that both knees are bent. But we're opening up the chest and the shoulder here. You've built up some heat, and now it's time to ease into these restorative, more slower paced asanas. Let's roll back over, switch sides. This time, left hand extends in line with the crown of the head. Roll over that left shoulder. One knee might lift. Oh, just heard my back crack. It's okay. Or two knees might lift. In yoga, we never want to hurt ourselves or ease into the territory of pain, but there might be some slight discomfort as we work with our edge and as we work with that window of tolerance. Roll back over. From here, take the left hand, prop up the body. We're going to lace the right hand underneath. Now, palm is going to remain facing up. Lace that right hand under. So we're lying on that right shoulder. This might be enough. We might stay here. We might have that left hand to support us. Rest the neck, rest the head. We might take that left hand, reach it back, and also draw the left shoulder down towards the mat. Another variation to this asana that feels really great. I'm just going to use my left hand to support, but another variation, slide that right knee out. Find a half frog. Option to keep that leg bent or straight. Also working to open up the hips. Again, yogi's choice. Couple more breaths here. If that right leg is extended, bring it back in towards the body. We're going to switch sides. Right hand to support, left hand threads under, left palm facing the sky. Resting the head. Right hand can stay where it's at to support or reach down towards the body. Trying to also get that right shoulder down towards the mat. Relax the body with your exhales. Option to take that left knee out towards the side. Finding that hip opener. Bring the left knee back into the body. Keep that left arm there as we roll over onto our backs. Shimmy, make your way back onto the mat. Finding a bridge variation. Bend the knees, heels towards sit bones. Inhale, lift the hips off the mat. Finding bridge. Now, if you have a block or a pillow and you'd like more of a restorative, chill option, I invite you to grab that. Place it underneath the sacrum, just above the glutes and below the low back. We're looking for that sacrum. Finding a bridge variation. If you don't have a block, we're going to have that more heat building and strength option. In bridge, you might find more of a back bend by interlacing the fingers behind the back, pulling one shoulder blade under at a time, and lifting the hips towards the sky. Exhale, slowly release. Slowly release, dropping down one vertebrae at a time. Feet wide, knees cave in. From here, bring the knees into the chest, quick yogi hug. Maybe rocking side to side. And then finding a twist variation, dropping both knees to the left, or perhaps just that top right knee to the left. Right hand extends in opposite direction. Yogi's choice, finding a twist. As we slow down and reflect on the yogic principles related to honesty, we might think about satya, truthfulness, or asteya, non-stealing, being true to ourselves and true to our purpose in life, aligning our actions and our words, our values with what we truly believe in. When we think of Svadhyaya, non-stealing, thinking about not stealing physical things from others, but even ideas, words, thoughts, and so on. Let's bring those knees back over the body. Twist in the opposite direction. If you have blocks, you might take those blocks and prop up the knees. Let the body fully relax here. In this slow stillness here, feeling any effects of the asana, the physical practice today. Feeling the emotional effects, considering our emotional state before the practice and thinking about how much it's changed compared to now. Bringing to mind our intellectual aspect. Did we gain new insights, learn something new, or have a new thought, a new idea that sparked some inspiration? Spiritual, checking in with your energy as we bring those knees back over the body, settling in for our Shavasana, our final resting pose here. Finding a comfortable lying down or seated position where we can fully relax the body, bringing attention to our physical body and the energy around us. Now as we lie here in this corpse pose, I invite you to close down the eyes if that feels comfortable, settling in for a little visualization practice. Feel your body relax against the mat. With your inhale, fill up the belly. With your exhale, let it all go. Let the breath return to its natural rhythm. And in your mind's eye, picture yourself either laying on your mat or seated where you are. Visualize your energy, your being, traveling out of your body, going up towards the sky, up towards space, further and further, until finally you're in the cosmos, viewing our beautiful Mother Earth below. You see the Earth start to spin 1 day ahead into the future, 2 days into the future, 3 days into the future. It keeps spinning until it's completed a full lap. We're now 1 year into the future. Your energetic being comes back down to earth. Perhaps your physical body is in the same place. Perhaps it's somewhere else 1 year from now. Bringing to mind where that place is as our being comes down closer and closer to meet our future self. As you meet your future self, you might smile. They might look a little bit different, but they're still you. You might hug. And then we're going to ask one question of our future self. My future self, what guidance do you have for me today to become who I'm meant to be tomorrow? What guidance do you have for me today to become who I need to be tomorrow? Listening for any guidance at all. Thanking your future self for this wisdom, for this visit, this brief moment in time. Giving your future self a see you later hug, and then noticing your energetic being floating up to the cosmos, higher and higher and higher. till you land in space, seeing the earth spin backwards now, back in time into the present moment. Your energetic being drifts down to earth, closer and closer to your physical body, and then arrives in this place, in this time, back on our mat. Coming back to the present moment, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, or perhaps staying in this stillness if it feels good. Gently blinking open the eyes, maybe doing a good morning stretch. Coming to find a seated position. And carrying on with your day. Miigwech, thank you so much for practicing with me. Consider how honesty lives in your life, both on the mat and off the mat.